Welcome to Triple M NRL on your Thursday. We got two of the best footy players to ever play the game in with us today. It's Charlie White here, and I've got Luke Keary and Joshy Reynolds. Josh, you finally joined us, mate. Your America trip's finally over.
Yeah, it's over, and thanks for the wrap, mate. Nicest thing you've ever said. I know. Big call. Big call.
Yeah. I said it on Monday's episode as well.
That's a leader. That's a leader right there. Yeah. Oh, Vegas was good, but glad it's done.
Yeah, you had your honeymoon as well as part of it, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. I was first 3 days of the honeymoon, lacked energy. Felt a bit bad for the wife, actually, because she just was so excited, and I'm like, I'm Vegas. But no, I was back. It was good. It was actually a really good trip. Loved it. Chicago, Nashville, Dallas.
How good. I saw you went to a Chicago Bulls game.
Yeah. Met the Gid.
Joshy.
Me mate. Yeah, Joshy.
Joshy.
He's a big man. You don't realise how big he is. His hand, like...
The last time I seen you were walking up the Vegas Strip with Brave Dog,
marching
Bulldogs fans into the game, like banging on his drum.
That's good. That's the last time you seen me. But no, it was good, man. It's good to be back, though.
Yeah. Paddy's Day a couple of days ago, St. Patrick's Day, which is obviously you're Irishman through and through.
Massive Irishman.
Yeah, massive.
So did you celebrate
Represented
it?
my country. Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
Have to, don't you?
Of course.
You Irish, Charlie?
Quarter Irish, yeah. My mum's half Irish, so I'll claim it.
There you go.
Claim it, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you might have been a bit dusty today.
Nah, I'm fine.
I'm
fine.
I heard a couple of things. I won't do that to you. I hate when people do that.
Heard you're out of control.
Mate, it's nice of you to show up, though, because we were meant to start 10 minutes ago, and it's Luke's son's birthday. So he's in a rush to go celebrate his son's birthday. Man. But nice of you to show up, mate, eventually.
Mate. Yeah, you know what I got to do, and this is why, like I just told you, I'm having a bit of time off the sherbets. I got to be clearer because I didn't read our group text. I thought we were 3:30. So lucky I'm on time.
Yeah.
If it was 3:30.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you're 20 minutes early then.
There you
20
go.
minutes early.
That's the way you got to think of it.
If you're liking listening to the show and you want to watch it, see these guys in action, you can watch us on YouTube. Just search Triple M NRL on YouTube. Every full episode's there, which is great. But Luke, I want to talk to you about something that was said on Tuesday's episode. Now, take a listen to our good mate Brent Reid.
And Luke obviously had a shot at Seibs, basically said he needs to go. I mean, it's 2 games. I love Luke, right? He's a champion, great bloke. And, mate, he's as an analyst, he's brilliant, right? But dead set, after 2 games, he's lost the plot, suggesting that Seibs should go after 2 games.
He has hammered you.
Good work, Reedy. Got to stick up for your stable.
Yeah, exactly.
Every now and then.
Exactly.
The Isaac stable.
The Isaac Moses gang.
No, I got Woodsy backed me into a corner on the show. And he said, "What do you want him? Do you think he should go?" And I believe he probably should. So, and I explained it on the buy round on Monday.
Yep.
With Jimmy, it's not because he can't coach or anything like that. It was just it feels like that has run its course, right? It's his 4th season. Two years didn't make the finals. They were average at a lot of times last year. They made the finals that 1 year, bundled out in the second year. There's been a lot of chaos off the field there. And it feels like it's run its course or running its course, and Jason King's come in, and we hear all the different rumours and stories off the field too. So, yeah. Thanks, Reddy. But yeah, if I believe, I'm only new to all this, but like if I believe something, I'm not gonna. If I think something about a team or a player or anything like that, I'll happy to say it if I actually truly believe in it. It's not a personal attack, or I'm not going at someone and saying they're crap at their job or they can't coach. That's definitely not the thing. If I think that's run its course, I'm going to say it.
And that's why Channel 7 headhunted you. They wanted, mate. They wanted that. They wanted it. But no, I actually agree with you in a sense. So I was actually speaking about this with a mate. You know, I think it happened to Brad Arthur at Para.
Yeah.
He's a great coach, but he ran its course at Para.
Yeah, he did a great job.
He did a good job, mate. Look, he got him to a grand final, and that was successful. And I'm the same with Seibs. Like, I heard, I think it was the 360 Boys brace, and might have even been Reedy, like talking about, the Jake Trebojevic, and if he should be picking him just because of who he is, this and that. And I just feel now, it's crazy. You don't really. It has been of late, but Manly are sort of the Bulldogs now, in a sense of, mate, the smaller little things, they become big things, like everything. Like, I know we're going to talk about Cherry at some stage, but, little things become big things. And I just think with Seibs, he's straight away under the pump, isn't he? like straight away. The whole team, you sort of look at them. They've lost at home twice. They've got the bye. They play at home against the Chooks.
Yeah.
It's just pressure, and I feel sometimes in those pressure situations, you're going to make decisions that, unfortunately, are going to hurt people.
Yeah.
And it scars some people. It might be good for some people, but yeah, it's a bit of a shitty situation.
Yeah.
You know, for him and the club. And
I do agree with Reedy as in like round 2. It's very early to it is very early to pull the trigger, but like they would have looked at those first 2 games and the bye and the Roosters and gone, we can go 3-0 here plus the bye, 4-0 all at home, first 3 at home. And then the question that comes into mind is like, how early do you jump to get your top candidate, right? Whether it's Matt Ballin, Willie Peters or whoever it may be. These clubs will be looking at other clubs going, well, PNG's there now. They're about to sign a coach. They're in the market for a coach. You know, is another club, do they jump first and then take our guy? Like, these are the questions that they will be asking himself behind the scenes. But yeah, I agree with Reedy as in it is very early. It's very early.
Yeah, but
to
like
give a
you said,
coach
it's like a horse stable, mate. You got to keep them all happy.
Yeah.
I almost reckon rugby league's not ruthless enough though with coaches. Like sometimes, like a lot of coaches seem to keep
How
going
many
and
weeks
going.
did Ange get this year?
Ange got 4, didn't he?
4
At
weeks,
Nottingham
okay.
Forest, or just 6?
Not
8 weeks. Sorry, I'm told by Curtis, who loves the soccer.
Spurs want him back now.
Spurs want him back now, and they were probably wrong to get rid of him. But I don't know. Like Siebes, it seems pretty like it's going the wrong way, and like you hear rumors that a lot of the players don't like him. How true that is, nobody knows. But it's it doesn't look good, and everyone wants to talk about like the roster, but Siebes has been there for long enough now to shape that roster.
Yeah, definitely.
I think one thing, boys, and this was always going to happen, and although they would have prepared for it, but Daly was massive for that club. Daly was there for a long time. They played his style of footy for many, many years. There was always going to be, I think, a bit of a transition. You know, Jamal is a different style of player, totally different. So that in itself was going to take time. But yeah, I actually I know what you're saying in the sense of like they do get a bit of leniency with the time with the coaches, but gee, the media don't hold off. 1-2 rounds, bang bang. Look at Madge Brisbane, same thing. Won a comp last year.
Madge is coming off a bit, and it's kind of our job to talk about these issues and the things that we hear. You know, we hear in the background. So, but the other thing for them, which is like Jason King's trying to bring change there. They've got that. They're trying to bring in that crowd thing. Like, how quick do you lose your You start losing your fans and members at certain times. They start get disgruntled. Like you said, they walked off. They walked from the ground on the weekend, booing and things like that. How long does that leash go up top with execs and things like that? So
yeah, it's interesting. Grubby, your team's in the headlines this week as well.
For
The
a
mighty
change.
Bulldogs. They had the bye, but they still made the back
Managed to
page
get
on
in there.
Sunday. Bronson Xerri,
Yeah,
what's your understanding of the situation?
no idea. To be honest, like as in, like a lot of people have been asking me like what the go is, but I'll be honest, I go in there. I'm upstairs. I'm with the sponsorships, mate.
He's in the exec team.
I'm clear. I'm with the board. There's actually there's a vote this week.
You name it?
I'm stepping up. No, but because this is like I'll be honest. Like I actually spoke to Jimmy about it, and I've seen what he said, and like if I'll say this, if it is what's actually going on, and he's sort of saying what we're hearing that he doesn't want to be here anymore, and it's a bit surprising to me, to be honest, because I don't really know Bronson much. I've only met him a few times since he's been in the club, but ever since I've known him, I can tell 100% he's brought in. He's very close with Bailey Haywood and Karaz. They're like really, really tight, and I just looking at them as people, honestly, like I know I'm putting those three, but even Bronson, like I just don't think he'd do that. I really don't. Like even, Bulldog broke the story and was geeing him up like about it. Like he's obviously not going to tell me the ins and outs of it, but he's standing by it. But look, what I would love is, Bronson goes back to reserve grade this week and just has a really good game, because it just takes a lot of pressure off you. But if that's what you want, if that's what he wants, then you look at the other side, if he actually is, saying his stuff and he's actually not happy, then there's a decision to be made, isn't there? By both parties, the club and him. Like if he doesn't want to be there, and you know, I'm sure the club won't want someone that's going to be there. Then the decision's got to be made. But for me personally, it'd be nice if he did go back and play some good footy, which, like, I'd love, you know, and I just, like you just said about, like, I'm taking people on how I interact with them. And, like, you always, in what we do, you always hear things. But from what I actually know and what I just hope he goes in there and rips in. And, you know, this is the thing, you've heard stuff that he wants to be left centre. And the only thing I'll say about that is, like, man, we've got probably one of the best centres in the game in Critter. Like, leader, he's our leader. Look at what he's done for that club. It's very hard to, you know, to be put in on the left side when he's, you know, playing brilliant as well. So, look, once again, I don't really know, honestly, where it's at. But, yeah, what do you reckon, Kez? Like,
it's good to hear from someone inside. There's obviously been, he's not happy. It's pretty obvious. That's the case. So, it's up to him now. He goes back and performs, they'll put him back in. I'm certain. But if he doesn't, then I think it'll be a pretty quick breakup.
Yep.
Some point this year.
He was asked today, Cameron Ciraldo, about Bronson's reaction to being dropped, and Cameron Ciraldo said it was disappointing. It would have been nice to enjoy a weekend without any of these dramas. But he also said he doesn't believe it's true that Bronson Xerri was denied an extension. So there's obviously an attitude issue there, and the Bulldogs are being pretty upfront about that.
Zero said that.
Yeah, it's what Cameron Ciraldo said today.
Breaking news, Josh.
But yeah.
Oh, no, honestly, like, he just said he's not happy with Bronson's reaction.
Correct.
Oh, really?
Correct, yeah.
It's a pretty damning thing for a coach to say, like, publicly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mate, if that's
honestly,
that's changed everything. No, it really has.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea about that. If Cam's actually saying that, is that a good source? Or is
That's
that
a great source.
or is that Reedy?
That's straight from the horse's mouth. That's straight from the horse's
Yeah,
mouth.
wow.
He did say it.
That's well, if that's the case, then I'm pretty confident. I know Cam and the way he thinks about the club, putting the club first, and even like little setbacks and stuff. So
I probably should have started with that, then asked you the question about it. So you're up to
but
date
it's
with all the
good, but
current
it's like
events.
good shock.
Yeah, it's good
live.
shock. Yeah.
Watch us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Watch Reynolds get shocked
face.
by his own club news. That's how much. That's how much I know.
The Bulldogs bombshell.
today. Did that news didn't come upstairs?
I didn't go into that.
The footy this weekend, though, is incredible. And your doggies, they're going to Canberra, taking on the Raiders tonight. You listen to on Triple M, 7:50 kickoff. How you feeling? Obviously, it was a great game last year where the Canberra Raiders shot out to a lead and then the Dogs chased them down and got a great win.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they're a chance of winning again this weekend?
Oh, big chance. Yeah, I really do. And, you know, you can say, the cherry stuff and that, but the boys, you know, they don't care about that. I really feel the boys have had a big break. Gee, they've had a break.
Oh, yeah.
Like Vegas into another mini preseason. That'd be a bit torture. So they'd be chomping at the bit to go. Having that win last year in the back of your mind, like, I know you don't necessarily think about it, but you know, and Canberra would know that. Canberra will probably come out wanting to, you know, same thing. They'll probably come out of the gates flying. But, you know, from what I've seen from Canberra so far, they leaked some points. They've leaked a lot of points defensively. Great attacking side, no doubt about that. But the one thing I've noticed is in the two young halves in Sanders and Strange. I think Sanders has been good so far, just really solid and a different type of player to Jamal. Probably opens up a little bit more space for his outside men and digs in the line a bit more. Nice left footer, but the only thing I don't like about it is it's moved Ethan over to the right, and that big left foot step when he's got a big wide four, he's just not on anymore. I've seen him try to use it to go in, to go out, and you can do that when you're looking at someone to go, but it's just not the same. I honestly feel I'm watching his game. He's probably my favourite player, honestly. I play at 5'8". I love watching him play, but it's just, I'm telling you, I can see he's trying to adapt, and you can tell anyone under Ricky will be what's best for the team.
Yep.
And you can already tell that he's like that, but it's still hard to sort of pick that up on the run. So I think it'll be a cracker game. But I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, we talk about, like, even Cherry Evans and Sam, like, everyone's been saying, just give it some time. It might take a month or two for them to get used to each other, but we haven't spoken, like, those young kids, this is their first time together too, and they're both young. It's going to take them a little bit of time to, like, adapt to each other and get comfortable, and that pack and that team getting comfortable to them too. I spoke to Ethan. We spoke to him on Fox about playing on the right side. He said he did it when he was younger. I think he might have played centre though, where you can use that left foot, skip out, defend and flick and things like that. So, I love how he played on the left. He's got to adapt his game a little bit, and it is a little bit different. Those short sides are a lot different to what he'd probably played the 2 previous seasons. So I've been impressed with Ethan Sanders. Like, they were well beaten last week, but he wasn't the issue there. They just got blown away in that second half with errors. But it's going to take them a little bit of time. I reckon Ricky would be disappointed with their defence. They were good last year. It was a weird game, right? Because it was a real high quality game. Both teams completed about 90% at half time last week in the pouring rain. And we were sitting there, myself and Woodsy, going, this could be Golden Point-ish game. And it got to 4, I think it was 40-6 or something. It was,
yeah, 46.
By the end of it. And they'll be disappointed with that. But they also came off Golden Point. A lot of those players didn't trial. That was their second run, got to fly over to New Zealand, a few things against them. This will be tough. Bulldogs will be up for this. I'm actually excited to see them. I loved how they attacked in Vegas. Adam O'Brien's obviously gone in there, taken over the attack. They were playing that little bit wide. I love Galvin touched the ball a heap during the game. I think he had 90 touches or something like that, which is more than Nathan and Qatar and things like that. So I'm excited to watch them progress their attack. They didn't finish it against St. George. They had a few things out wide, but they couldn't finish it off. But I'm excited to see how that evolves through the year. I know Adam. I know how he thinks, and they'll get better and better through the year.
It was actually really nice to see the Galvin Preston combination generating really quick play the balls
Put him
off.
through a couple of times, yeah.
Just poked his nose through, and Presto's going to run that beautiful line every single time for you. And I think that's we're always trying to, as halves, try and generate quick ruck speed, and that's, you could tell that's Galvin's sort of little his little pistol he's got there, hit there and then come back. So same. I'm really excited. You hear all the people, the attack's the same, and
I thought Burton had a really good game. They missed the end of the game when they should have probably finished it a few times, but it was the exact role that's perfect for him. He played left side, played as a 5'8", ran the ball heaps. Galvin took over everything, which is good. So I reckon they looked good and they'll get better because they missed the finish.
I just wanted to ask you, is there ever a time, just sorry, back to the Raiders halves, because I was just sort of thinking at it, the amount of times last year, Strange playing on the left, it's very different, like you said. When he gets that wide 4, he's probably just thinking, come off the left inside to come off. But then now he's like, it's more come off the left to try and make someone play. Will there ever be a time where Ricky will be like, I need to get him back there to his running best, or is Sanders' kicking game too important?
Nah, I don't think they move that. I think Ethan will adapt. He'll be fine. It'll just take him a little bit of, and that same thing. He'll have a new back rower out there this year. Like it's just going to take a bit of time. I don't think they move because Sanders a left footer. It just doesn't make much sense. And Strangey won't kick the ball much.
Why is that so hard as a left footer that you have to be on the left hand side? Is it just the timing you have to get your kick away? Like what's that all about?
Yeah. So like as you're going out of yardage as a left footer, every team plays their 2 halves each side in yardage, right? You push around the ball, you push out the back out the middles, and to have that left foot away from the ball, you can basically kick it where you want. On the other side, it is very, if your leg is close to that marker, it is
you get pressure from the inside.
It's very, very difficult kick.
Yeah.
Whereas like the opposite leg, they got to reach that. Yeah, it's such a small thing.
Yeah,
but sorry, it's such a small distance. The difference between your legs. I know that's it, but it's such a big difference in when I used to go on the left side to do a kick. The amount of probably the better players than me could do it, but the amount of panic knowing that there's inside pressure, because you think if you're getting pressure, your shoulders just go like that straight away. Yeah, and it's easy to kick it out in the full. And you done it, but didn't you?
I did it. I did it. It took me a long time, but you have to practice a lot. You lose distance off your kick. You have to stay really square. Be careful you don't kick it out in the full. But if you played Sanders on the right and he still want to do a lot of the yardage kicks on the left, you lose him fourth tackle because he has to float around to the other side to kick long.
Yeah.
Which some people have done at certain times, some teams, but it is difficult. It just makes things a little bit messier.
Fascinating insight there, boys. That's good stuff from you two. Two of the greatest halves.
Two grub fly play the game. Two grub fly that couldn't kick the ball.
Legit.
I assume you're tipping the Dogs.
Yeah, I'm tipping the Dogs.
What about you?
Not even with the heart. I'm actually very confident.
Yeah, I think it'd be close. I think the Raiders might bounce back.
Yep.
I like the Dogs, but I just at home. Yeah, I think that's their first game back home too, the Raiders.
Well, let's go to Friday because I think this is the greatest 6 p.m. Friday game that's ever been scheduled in NRL history. Sydney Roosters against the Penrith Panthers, 6 o'clock Friday. Reece Robson's in. Liam Martin's in for Penrith as well. Boys, this game's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great. 6 p.m. How good.
I know.
I mean, Woodsy get it too.
I know. He'll be there.
Oh, we're stoked. Yeah. Robson back in, which is huge. I thought they missed him, especially that first round. I think Benai did a good job. Connor was in there for big minutes last week, but Reece has been brought to the club as an 80-minute hooker, so he's the New South Wales hooker. So we're really looking forward to watching him and how he combines with. I think he'll be a good foil for Daly and Sam. He's a great passer off the ground, gets through a heap of defence, and he's had a big preseason. He's been in the whole preseason, so I'm looking forward to him just kind of slotting into that pack. And I thought they were good last week. They got back physical, hard. Their defence was good, but this is a couple steps up in weight class.
Where does that leave Connor? If he's an 80-minute hooker, is he literally just cover now?
I think he'll just go back to his 14 role. I reckon we'll see him through the middle as a middle, whether that's front row or lock, and we'll see him spell Robbo at certain times. I reckon, yeah. But I think we'll see him more as a roving middle 13.
It was for some reason I just watching Penrith these last two games. They seem to be really dialed in. It's scary. It's scary for everyone in the competition because Nathan, especially Nathan, he's doing his thing. He's got his, not that he lost his confidence, but I think the whole Penrith squad, especially the leaders. You hear very rarely do you hear Yowie come out and talk. He obviously just leads with his actions and he's a good talker within the group. But he come out in this preseason and said last year was embarrassing. For him to say that, if that's not
made the grand final.
a kick up the backside for your team, you're right. But this is their standards. Like it's even like some clubs would go, mate, what a comeback! We nearly made it.
Yeah.
Where they're like, no, that's sort of embarrassing for us. So they just seem to be in a bit of a mood, and at this time where the Roosters, like we said, it's very early, but it seems like they found their groove. I think Daly and Sammy were a lot better together. But this is just another step up. Just one thing, what I found, with the Chooks last week, not a lot of pressure on the halves in a sense of, 4-man, 5-man putting pressure.
Yep.
The Penrith system relies on that. I have nightmares still of Kick-Out doing it to me for years. Yep. Liam Martin's going to be hunting them. I actually spoke to Sammy about, just for this game, how does it affect you? Like, going into a game where you're getting pressure.
This Sammy Walker.
Yeah. Are you thinking about that? Yeah. Because it is, man. I just used to have to adapt a lot on the run because, like, when you're playing like different teams, you get a lot of time. Like with Canberra, I feel I just had a lot of time. They're just sort of sliding off you and whatnot. But with Penrith, you've literally got to, they're coming.
Yeah.
You're going to get pressure. So it's just about your tempo and your depth. And I just feel like to think about that a lot more.
Yeah.
I think it's a really big game for them to win it for them. I think those two need to have a really good game.
Yeah, we seen it last. Like I was buoyed by Cronulla's round 1 performance, and I was thinking, okay, they're ready to go here against the Penrith side. Second game of the year, they might not be as on as they would later in the year, and I could feel Nico and Trindle. They were in good form the week before, and they went, "Oh my god, this is not the same game we played 7 days ago."
Yeah.
Like Nico didn't have a run the first half, right? But I know how that feels. It can. When you play, they were 22 from 23 at half time. Nathan had 7 runs, and they were just like, it was like, where can he get in the game? Sam and they need to go after it.
Yep.
No matter what. If Penrith go 23 from 23, those two need to go after Penrith with their running game and go at them just to unsettle them. You've got to unsettle. There's only one team that's overcome them in the last 6 years, and that's Brisbane. And I think it's because they're a bit of a punting team, right? Reece Walsh, he'll punt. Like he's going to punt at you. He's going to throw you out of rhythm. He's coming at you. And I feel like you need to do that again. We've seen like Melbourne tried to go with them in that grand final, and it's near impossible to go with them.
Yeah.
I felt like Cronulla tried to do that. Like, okay, let's get in a tic-tac with them and see if we can beat them in their own game, that live ball game. It's nearly impossible. Like, the way they play now, they're unbeatable in that part of the game.
It's crazy you say that because I feel Cronulla won the start. Like they actually were pretty good. But then what happened was Nathan just goes third tackle, kick, bang, 40-20. Then you
Death by 1,000 lashes, honestly.
It is. And then you got then teams are nearly gone, honestly. But the good teams, Reece Walsh goes, I don't care. Hypothetically, if that's a 40-20, they'll get scored on. But then Reece goes, well, I'm kicking a 40-20 on third next time.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting
Reece
game.
is the one player that's really troubled him. Like even Munster hasn't really broken him down fully over this last fight. Reece is the one player who's they probably don't score a point right Brisbane in that final. And Penrith still in that semi, Penrith was still they were off, right?
Yeah.
But like you need someone that's going to go, I'm going after this game. I'm going to kick 42. I'm going to take them on here. I'm going to do some unorthodox stuff and actually go after them because they are just so well drilled. It's death by 1,000 lashes.
Well, speaking of punting, the current premiership favourites are the Penrith Panthers, and they seem to be shortening every week. If they go against the Roosters and pump them as well, are they just the clear premiership favourites now?
Hard not to, yeah, absolutely. Like I'd even say now.
Yeah,
like,
right,
I really
this
would.
game.
I just from what I've seen, but I'd tip the Chooks to win it. But this is off the back of just seeing what I've seen from Penrith last year. Thinking if they were at that same level, I think the Chooks can win it.
Mm-hmm.
But now I've seen where Penrith are at, and they're on another level. And this is why Penrith are Penrith at the moment. They're, we speak about why they've created this dynasty. That they've had a year off. It's like they've had a bit of a break.
Little gap year.
We all have that.
Prelims a gap year.
Yeah. And then now they're just on a. But man, what a game! Like, just it's going to really, really be for one of these sides. They're going to really know where they're at, aren't they?
Like
the winner. The winner.
Really disappointed round one. What they did, they were happy, I think, with the way they went about the game last week, but they probably weren't polished, and they won't be for a little bit. But they're going to get a good look at how their systems and everything are going to match up because Penrith, I thought Cronulla, I honestly thought, I was like, Cronulla are primed, ready to go, and I still think they are, but then you watched them last week and I went, oh my God, they're a couple rungs below Penrith, and to make up that it's difficult.
Dylan Edwards has looked back to his best as well. He must have been busted last year because he just looked a different player in these opening couple of weeks.
Yeah, he had a big 5 years, or a lot of them have, but he's had a big 5 or 6 years. He had his best at the back end of last year, and he looks outstanding again. Like Blaze Talangi, you can tell he knows his role a lot better, and they trust him a lot more. He's getting a lot more of the footy, but Dylan, he's a key man in that. And when he was off last year, they were off. They had a lot of errors and things like that. He looks back to where he's at.
Just solid. You know exactly what you're going to get out of Dylan now every single week. But then that left edge, that whole left edge of Penrith, that 1 year together where, all their, leaders were a little bit off, I'd say. Like that left edge in your Talangi, McLean, and the big, Jenkins. I can't call him a big red, but I would call him a Milky.
Milky Jenkins.
Yeah. He, they just look confident in everything they do. Like everything. They look like they're playing
He's added a new
footy.
dimension, Jenkins, with they were kicking to him a lot. They had never had that in their wingers. They've had, Taruva and Toto there who they'd never been able to kick to. They used to kick to Liam Martin and kick out a bit. Now Cleary's got another kind of weapon he can kick to out on the left. But yeah, they're it's a scary team.
He actually got sunburnt last week in the night game. I don't know how that's possible, but he took his shirt off at the end of the game. He was sunburnt all over his back. I was like, what is doing?
Very humid.
Very humid.
Bathurst.
Are you both tipping Penrith?
I've got to go with the Roosters.
Oh, you one of those
Surprise
blokes.
one. They got them last year.
Yeah, but different series of events, wasn't it? It was round 2. Penrith were
round
starting
3.
slow.
Come on.
Oh, you got Penrith?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be a cracker.
Close.
Best 6 p.m. game, honestly, that we've ever had here on Triple M. So looking forward to it. Now, boys, the other game we have on a Friday, we've got the Bronx Melbourne on Triple M. Get the listener app if you want to listen to that one, or in Triple M Brisbane, you get it live. They go down to Melbourne. Melbourne, huge favourites in this one. The big story is obviously Adam Reynolds. I assume you guys have seen Gordon Tallis getting off the back fence, hammering Adam Reynolds. Now, he was named obviously on Tuesday, but then a few hours later, he's been ruled out. What do you boys make of that situation?
Yeah, Gordy's he's teed off. He mustn't like him. What's Reynolds done to him? Like this is multiple times. He's had a massive crack at him. I hope it's not the last name because I'm a bit scared. yeah. But oh man, this was an absolute bloodbath last game for the Broncos. Last time they went to Melbourne, both their halves bang gone.
Yeah,
and in a weird way, it was sort of when they started playing better. You know, Billy Walters went in and done a job, and Benny Hunt. Then you had got the boys back, ended up winning the comp. But the Broncos at the moment, oh man, they're so streaky, aren't they? You know, like up there at Suncorp, started, you're just like, mate, it's going to be anything. Here they are. Here are the Broncos. But the one thing for me that I'm not seeing from the Broncos that I've seen a lot last year was it's just their little defensive efforts. I don't know what it is, if it's an attitude thing or whatnot, but from Kez, you can chip in here. So I think the Broncos play the up and out sort of slide defense. They're never really jamming, making reads. I've never been in a system like that, but from what I've heard and what I know, it's all about the inside pressure.
Yep.
The inside pressure helping our outside back centers make reads, but Pezzett and Moses were going into the line willy nilly and with no pressure. So they're not getting any pressure, any help from the inside. Ezra Mam's been circled as a really bad defender. But I'll tell you one thing. If you're a half and you're not getting any help from the inside, and these good halves these days are getting to net your inside, I'll tell you what, it's very, very hard to hold on your lead, but then get out the back and put pressure on the fullback. But then you've got, Shibasaki, and I'm sure we'll bring that up, not helping at all either, turning his shoulder straight away. Yeah. And, it's the whole, go, trust in the system. But there was one read, I might have been Karapani, where he would have jammed Iongi out the back. Error. Stags goes 60. I just feel, look, I'm not a defensive expert. I couldn't tackle. But I actually, I feel I know systems, and I just feel they're not getting any pressure from the inside. I feel maybe Broncos have got the mentality of we'll win shootouts, and you're not going to win the NRL doing that. So they've made some calls. Shibasaki onto the bench. It's a big thing. He obviously wasn't happy with his defence last week, but I think we'll get a response though. I really, really do. Melbourne have been pretty clinical. You'd have to say, but I just feel, in their first two games, this is going to be a bit of a different game for the Storm. Yeah. I really do. I think the Broncos are going to bring the heat. I feel they have to, because the Broncos are 0-3. Gee, that's a really, really bad start to the season for what I thought was a quality footy side.
Yeah, they've missed their mark defensively. Madge obviously knows that. Shibasaki's playing for Australia.
I know, it's a big fall.
A few months ago, it's a big statement from Madge. Like, he's obviously identified Gamet as some of those, having fault in that left edge against Parramatta, because there was some very poor defence, which they would know that. But Ezra's actually a good defender. Like, in the ground, he's an aggressive defender. He goes in hard. There was a really off night, and I reckon there's a little bit more maybe to that round one where he started on the bench. There might have been a defensive thing from that whole KR game, or something that's gone on there. Madge might have said, you can start back there and come on. He's probably done the same thing to Gamet here. You can start on the bench and we'll maybe chuck you on later. Willison in the back row. So Willison will go onto that left edge now with Ezra. I think Mariner will play
in the centres,
left centre with Anderson on the wing. So that's now a totally new left edge. But I'm with you, Grub. I reckon they're setting up for a little ambush. They're going down a little bit earlier, Dave Riccio was saying. And Madge will have him going. I seen him today. He come out in his press conference and said the Reynolds stuff was all crap, and he's one of the best players at preparing himself for games and things like that. They just need to get through this period. They're out of sorts, which is bizarre for a team that's just won the grand final. And I reckon this is kind of good for Reece Walsh. Just when he's had people out around him, he takes the keys and he just goes with it, starts kicking 40-20s, touches the ball a heap more. Ben Hunt will play real simple for him, open the space up out the back. Yeah, they're going to improve. I'm still think they're going to be okay this year.
Yeah.
They might have a rough first month or two, but I still think they're going to be okay. Their 5 better players for me were their 5 senior players on Friday night. Like I thought, Carrigan, Haas, Reynolds, Staggs were their better players. They actually had a dig. Like you could see their energy was there. They tried really hard. They just things aren't going well for them at the moment. You know what it's like when you're stuck in that. You're trying hard and things aren't coming on. There's noise coming from the outside. Like it's.
You reckon that's the one thing I was. Being at the Broncos and big clubs, Broncos, Bulldogs, wherever you are, you know there's always going to be heat. There's plenty of heat now. Do you think it's affecting them a little bit? Because I just feel like when you say out of sorts, like their defense is just nowhere near the mark. I'm not talking just off.
Yeah.
Like compared to last year, and it's actually funny you say because I think as soon as Hunt come in and Billy Walters, you're right. Reece Walsh just went, all right, I got you boys.
Yeah.
But what I feel just a little bit of difference is Hunt comes in, Billy come in last year. All they were doing was trying to open space for Reece.
Yep.
And why wouldn't you? That's all. That's all you need to do for the team is open up space for him. You don't even need to, have a little crack every now and then for yourself. But you've got Reece Walsh, the most electric player in the game at the moment. But it'll be interesting to see. I honestly reckon the Broncos come out of the blocks flying.
Well, they did last week. I remember we sat here and I said, I reckon they're going to be up. Madge had his back up in the presser the day before the game last week. And I thought Parramatta and I said, I'm going to change because I know he'll have it. And they came out of the blocks. Was it 14-0 to start the
20
game?
20-6 as well.
20-6 against Parramatta.
Yeah.
It would all, but it only lasts. It's a short-term kind of sugar hit.
But what is it after that?
That external motivation. Then it drops back to how you've trained and your systems and your structures and your trust and things like that, which obviously didn't hold up for them against Parramatta. The noise probably gets louder if they don't get the job done down there. So good luck.
Yeah, 0-3 would be disastrous.
I'm glad
for
I'm
the
not a
premiership.
coach.
Yeah, I know. Screw that. That would suck. I want to ask you boys about they're going early. Like this is a team that has been away a lot. Like they did that Toowoomba camp for 2 weeks. They went to England together. Do they need more time away from home together? Is that the right strategy?
I don't mind. I reckon this is just get out of Brisbane right now. Like they've had 2 home games. They would have spent a lot of time back at home after that World Club. I think they had a few days off over the weekend. I think it's a good idea. Just get down to Melbourne, get a little bit of prep in, get close, get tight, set them up for a bit of an ambush.
Yeah, I reckon it just depends. In any team that I was ever a part of, you're always going to get probably a split down the middle of people that want to go early and people that would rather stay at home with the family.
All the dads.
It's all the dads. Yeah, legit. Like that's sort of what happens. Like, but you'll always. Madge definitely would approach the senior playing group and ask them what they think.
Yeah,
I'm sure of it. Especially Reno.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they've got kids, and it's probably more around that. But yeah, it's definitely a bit of a look. I'm not going to say going down early is a statement, but I reckon you've nailed it. Getting out of Brisbane, not reading the articles, not dealing with that bubble that you're sort of in there, and just sort of get down to Melbourne. No one even talks about NRL. No one probably even know they're there.
The pressure's off them too. This game, let's be honest. They're not probably expected to beat Melbourne. Reynolds is out now.
Do you think it's off them though? Because if they lose, it's going to be they're going to get hammered all weekend.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's off.
I think
I know what
it's
you
off.
mean. Like,
I
they're not meant to win.
Those first 2, people expected them to perform well and win. Even that Penrith one at home, off the back of a premiership. I think this one, everyone's gone right. You're probably going to get beaten by Melbourne, and they're away from home. It's not in front of 40, 50,000 Brisbane fans. Like I think it's just get down there and I don't think winning's important to them this weekend. I think seeing a performance where Madge goes, okay, we've got some rhythm, we're back, we got our defence back.
Yep.
Now we can go ahead. They've got a few easier games. They don't play Penrith and Melbourne again for a while, so
helps.
They just need to find. It's not about winning. It's about finding some stuff that took you there last year.
Finding yourself.
Yeah,
like they know who they are. That's the thing. I feel some teams, you try and find your identity. You speak about it, like a lot of teams speak about that. Broncos know exactly who they are, and all it takes is, it's funny. You go through periods in your career. If you do have a core group of guys, you can go through periods like that where, it was like sort of things that I think of. 2-12, everything was going great, perfect, whatever. 13, terrible. And you're going like we were looking at each other, going like, what do we do? Train more, train less? You don't know. 14 wasn't great, but then what happened was all of a sudden semis come and we sort of flick the switch, and then it's crazy. I don't know what it is, but it all comes back, and you do all the little things right. Everything's everyone's not walking on eggshells anymore. You're like, this is the real us. So yeah, I reckon they got it. I think they win.
You think Broncos win?
Yeah,
Big
I'm
call.
tipping Broncos.
You
Yeah.
got Storm in a
I
close
think
one?
Melbourne, yeah.
Melbourne, yeah, nice. Just on Melbourne before we didn't really talk about them. Impressive to start the season. Farlongo looks like they found another superstar fullback, which is incredible.
How does he do it?
It's insane, isn't it?
Like, like Slater, Smith, Cronk, and then it went Paps, Munster, Hughes, and now Sewer comes in. He looks just as good.
It's not fair.
Honestly, he was out. He took that game last week. Just literally took it out of St. George's hand. Like, he looks unbelievable. And Munster said it after the game at Fox. He said, we're way off today. Like, he goes, I was way off. So they've got a lot left in them at home.
Yeah.
I like the way they're playing. Like, they've always played like it, but I just love how the halves and everything, just touch the ball, run the ball. Sewer, I reckon, gives them maybe that little Reece Walsh X factor of that can go up against Penrith and give them something different, take a few chances against them and kind of put them off their rhythm.
I reckon he's got more than Paps, the little X factor.
Oh, yeah.
I really
in terms of, like, individual brilliance, yeah.
Just-
Paps was a great footy player, support
smart,
player,
yeah.
smart. But this kid looks like he can just do something out of nothing.
What he done
Yeah.
to the Drags, like
Yeah.
it was close. And what I found when at times, like last year when Melbourne didn't look great, it was because, defensively teams were really sound on them. So what happens is, as you said, Hughes runs, Munster runs, Harry Grant runs, but then when one of them runs, the other one's right there. They've got a really good connection in their spine. But Farlogo's, he's a bit different. Like they'll probably be into him. They want more of it from him. Like, mate, we need you to pop up here when Harry's. But there was a play, the one where he scored, he just got a wide pass. It was literally an underlap. He just skipped overs. It looked like child play, but that's what he can. I really think that's the difference he adds to them, and it's like another scary thing for teams when you think you're in it with Melbourne, and he can just go bang bang, game over.
Staying in the world of fullbacks, Drinkwater might get ruled out this weekend, and we expect then Purdue will get put to fullback. Drinkwater's still dealing with that rib issue, and he's been dealing with a lot of pain this week. Do you like Purdue at the back, though, more for the Cowboys? In that game in Vegas, it really seemed like when Purdue went to the back, their attack really opened up.
Yeah, I was down on the field when he went back there, and it changed. The game changed when he went back there. He looks lightning fast. They need him closer to the ball. And I liked how they started with Clifford there. I thought they had a really good preseason, but I don't think it's definitely not Clifford's fault the way they've been going. But you need Purdue closer to the ball. He needs to touch. He's their best player. He's their best attacking player outside Tommy Dearden. And I reckon it might spark a little bit in him if he's out the back.
What happened to Drinkwater, by the way?
He got rib cartilage. So he played on the weekend against the Tigers, but the pain's quite bad, is what we're hearing.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? We're talking about, Purdue possibly being, a better suit than Drinkwater. And Drinkwater's been the Cowboys' whole attack, minus Dearden for a very long time.
Yeah.
But you're right. He needs more ball. He really does. And the only thing with the Clifford, being out, it sort of takes away their number one kicker.
Yep.
So they'd have to sort out if that was the case. I'm not sure this is
Tommy,
happen,
I think Tommy's more than capable of taking over that.
Goal kicking?
No, just in play.
In play. Yep.
But yeah, Purdue's just, you're right. Like there's a time where, especially when you're not going well, like coaches go, well, we're all thinking it. Let's do it. Unfortunately, like that's just sort of what happens. And, there's another side that has to win.
Oh, yeah.
They got to win. They don't beat the Titans. Talking about pressure.
You pulling the trigger?
You're lining them.
You pulling the trigger, Josh?
Hey, don't. I don't do that. I don't do that, mate. I'm not paid enough.
If they go 0-3 and they've lost the Knights, the Tigers, and the Titans, and he was already told he had 10 games to save his career, what are you waiting for? In all honesty, what are you waiting for? You've lost to 3 of the bottom 5.
Oh man, it's a bad start. But I really thought it's a terrible start.
Yeah,
that happens.
Mate,
they'll tell you that. But you're not telling me they're not sitting there going like we should have won at least 2 of those games. I I just feel like, even Reed Marnie's there. He's actually, he's had a couple of nice little kicks, a couple of nice little darts out. But like, I feel they need more of him. Like the type of maybe just there was a moment on the moment on the weekend where I think Reedy whacked someone, dropped the ball into him a bit. Luai was in
back end of the game.
Just go with him because that's what he does. Like he's a pest, and we all know exactly what he is, and I love him. But at the same time, I think the Cowboys need a bit more of that. I think they're too nice. They were served. They were served by the West Tigers. Absolutely served. Like minus Taumalolo, like there was no one else really showing anything, any energy, any bounce back. I know we all talk about the coaches, but sometimes boys, it's round 3. You got to be keen to play footy, man. Get out there and mate, it's a dangerous game.
I think they do. I said last week on this I said Manly is specials.
Yeah.
Sunday because I literally went. They had a close game. They played well against Canberra. They had a close game at Brookie again. Sunday Arvo. It's very tough to go to Brookie on a Sunday Arvo. Tommy Turbo. I'm like, they're winning that game against Newcastle. And then obviously what happened during the game, it kind of went on from there. But I think the same about this, right? They've had 2 really tough losses away from home. This is the one for them. Like if they're gonna get back on, this is the one where you say, okay, it doesn't have to click, but you see that hunger and willingness to play and just go after the game.
Yeah.
You just want to see him go after the game, I think. Yeah, that's what Todd Payton. I just want to see him go after it.
They have to win it. They have to win that game.
You said something before about the Broncos, even if they don't win, the Cowboys have to win.
This is different, right?
The Cowboys have to win.
The Broncos don't have to win. They need to get back on track with their game and find a few things that, made them the team they were last year. The Cowboys have to, this is not an option.
He's doing pennies.
It's not an option. Yeah, can you circle that again, Charlie?
Yeah. If they lose this, because their run after this is tough.
I don't say it. You don't say it.
Do you want me to give you some of the games? They got the Storm next week, so then they'll be 0-4. Then they got the Dragons in Cogra, a winnable game for the Cowboys. But then they got the Broncos at Suncorp after that. So 0-6, you could be looking at maybe.
They'll be up for this.
Yeah, they got to win.
They'll be up for this.
Just final story before we go, boys. Perth Bears, they signed Mikolaj Oledzki. Polish.
Not bad.
Not bad, yeah. Not bad.
Not bad for an Irishman.
Yeah.
You got Man of Steel over there when you were there, Grubby, was he?
One
Was it just after?
one. Yeah. Big guy.
Big front rower. He's good. It'll be interesting to see how he goes in there. It'll be interesting to see how he goes in there. I'm looking forward to those. Harry Newman coming out.
Yeah.
James McDonald, Mikolaj. So, they're still searching for that superstar player. But
the one thing I'll say about when the Poms come over here is the forwards are the ones that usually go better.
They do.
So, if that's runs on the board, mate, he's very he's mobile, for a big guy. He's big, man.
Yeah.
He's
big,
like
athletic.
Remember Luke Thompson? Like Luke Tomo?
Yep.
They got muscles on muscles, but it's just adaptability to the game, and not all of them I feel can do it. They all want to do it over there. I don't know because you were in France, you were just sipping red wine and smoking darts. I was in actual England, and they all want to come.
You're in actual England,
I was in England. I was in Hull. But it was they all want to come, and it's all a good idea. But then when you get here, it's on. Yeah. And the thing is with, especially with the Bears, it's good on him. But I like when they take the plunge because it's
a big move.
It's a big move. It's a huge move for him because, it's drummed in, whether they like it or not. The NRL is a better competition, and it's drummed into them over there too. So a couple of them, perfect example, and he'll either have, I'll get a message in about 2 minutes from him, or he'll love it. Jakey Connor, right? I played with him at Hull. Unbelievable, man. Honestly, can open a game up in 2 seconds. And I'd always say to him, and he'd always say, NRL, shite. And I'd say, go over there, mate. Go over there. That's probably, one guy that if he did have a crack, he'd probably do it. But it's just that it's taking the plunge and in doing it. So they've got, it's a big thing for him. So hope he goes well.
It's an upgrade on Leeds moving to Perth. I tell you what, he'll fly in there, direct flight, 16 hours from London these days. Tell you what, that flight's amazing, by the way. I did it on the way back. Far out. Makes a big difference compared to going via Singapore or Dubai.
You would have been business now, wouldn't
Nah,
you?
mate, just a
business,
com.
he's business
Nah,
also.
just a
He
com.
is.
Just
He's
economy.
business everywhere.
Just me and my missus cuddling up in economy. It was good. It was good. But boys, great show as always.
Love it.
We're with you. You're with us now every Thursday, aren't you, Grubby?
I am, mate. I am.
Hey, we've
on
got-
on time.
We're me and Grub with Emma Lawrence first call on Saturday night.
That's
so
right. That's right. You
looking
two are
forward to
there for the history maker.
I'm actually
Be
pumped
awesome.
for that.
Yeah, it'd be
It'll
awesome.
good. I'm keen to see how she goes.
Mate, she's going really well. So
Gun.
she's been doing demos in here. She's great. She's going to be an absolute superstar.
I love that.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Awesome.
All right, boys. We'll see you next week.
See you, bud.